Word. I wonder it's because I have my the audio is going through my Tesla microphone. Does that sound terrible right now, you guys? Does it sound like I'm distant? Okay, cool. Just gonna hang out until everybody gets on. Holy moly, there's lots of people jumping on this chat. I am in a car. I tend to do this. But fear not, I'm in a Tesla. It drives itself, but I'm definitely driving it right now in town. So I came on a little early to get everybody in so I can do the update and you guys can ask questions. And I wanted to say a big thanks to all you guys who helped. Thank you, joining. Thanks for joining us, Lisa. I will drive carefully. If I'm not looking at you guys, I'll probably miss a bunch of questions. So I'd hold off on any major questions right now until I hit the highway, because once I hit the highway, the Tesla just kind of drives for me, and it's easier and safer for me to look. Right now, I'm at a red light, so I'm in the Dirty Hammer. Anybody from Hamilton here? I am in the Dirty Hammer. Hello, everyone. Hello. Any mods in yet? I don't want to give away the how we're taking down the Stauffer garage. I don't think we're going to take them down, but I don't want to give away. I want to do it on the private Facebook page, and then we're going to do it together. That's not what we're going to be updating you today on. Hello. Anybody from Hamilton? I am here. My birthplace. Isn't that crazy? I hate coming to Hamilton. I just, it's just, it's not very nice, but I hate it. Thanks for driving like a wiener bucket, dude. Thanks. Holy, that guy was terrible. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Any mods in there yet? BX boy turning on me. I haven't heard anything. I don't know why he would. Is there something I should know? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. BX boy and I, yeah, no. I'm sure he would have reached out if there was an issue. I think he's a little bit upset too with certain channels monetizing this I Stand With Sophie thing. And so obviously I didn't monetize it, nor would I. I'm never gonna monetize the videos that we're updating on today. It's never gonna happen. Because it's not what I'm uncovering it for. It's not tea. It's not gossip. These are actual, when I'm bringing out a video to you like the Sophie thing, or like this Kamari, or I forget her name, sorry guys, but Oakley. I don't know. Anyway, I'll talk to you about it after. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, so I don't want to comment on it because I love BX. So anyway, when I'm covering a story like this, I'm never going to monetize. It's not going to happen. So those who do monetize it, I can understand, their time and whatever. I'm never gonna bash somebody for doing something that they think is okay. It's okay. But again, I won't personally do it. So whoa, DMAC, why would you do that? That's crazy. Whoa. DMAC is OG though. You don't have to do that, DMAC. That was a lot. All right, now I'm in a good traffic jam. The Tesla will drive itself. This is what I love about traffic jams in the Tesla. You just kind of put it in self-drive, and it will do everything for you. It'll just drive. It's beautiful. Safer too. Anyway, doesn't matter about BX. I don't think he's turning on me. I haven't heard anything, and I'm sure he would have reached out because he's that kind of guy. He's cool. Anyway, DMAC, that was amazing. So, okay, I think there's a bunch of people, 170 people in this chat right now. So I wanted to kind of update you guys on what's happening with this new Kasamari, I think is her name, this new story that I did yesterday. Or yeah. So what happened was someone you heard if you've seen the video, um, if you've seen the video, you'll see that this girl literally was beating her kid, like torturing her kid, like unbelievable what happened. I wrote you before my husband is a police officer, and we'd love to speak to you. Yeah, sure, I'd love to speak to your husband if he's a police officer. So basically, anyway, the girl, someone showed me this video. It's been out since June apparently. This mom just literally beating her kid with a belt. And don't go watch it. Trigger warning. Don't go watch it if you can't watch that stuff. There are people that have reached out to me that just don't do it. Take my word for it. It's probably the worst thing you'll ever see another human do to someone else, like short of murder. And it was literally, if you do have watched it and you watch my reactions, they're visceral, right? Because I got beat when I was a kid too. I got the belt quite a bit. I got lots of things when I was a kid. Wooden spoon. I got the fly swatter without the swatter part. I definitely got the same thing this girl. Never to this degree, to be honest with you. But if anybody who's been hurt as a child from their parents, watching that, it's literally, it felt like I was getting hit when she was getting hit. It was the scariest thing ever. So anyway, it was very triggering for me. I definitely had to chill out for a while afterwards. But anyway, all that to say is that it literally, the Dachshund sleuth mob went crazy and found where this girl lives in Georgia, the actual county they're in, and called the police. And someone has reached out to me from that county, from that department, and has said that the cops were on their way over and that it's being dealt with. I can't tell you who, when, or whatever, because this person, I don't think, wants me to say anything. But anyway, so I just want to let you know that good stuff happened. Not good, but like, I think that hopefully they'll update me soon on what happened, because this woman was just, nothing happened. Those people in the chat who watched that, they did nothing. I asked this person who works there, was there any file? And she said there's no file. So this was not filed. So this kid has been probably living in this, and more dangerously since then has started a YouTube channel and all this stuff, and the mother is just kind of like going on as if this is normal. Some people have literally commented to other people who have reached out to those people in the chat that that's normal. That girl deserved it. Some people were literally like laughing and like, oh, she deserved it. She shouldn't have been doing the things she did. Let's be clear, everybody. That's a 12-year-old girl. That is a person who just is a normal adolescent girl. A lot of comments were made too about, look, maybe she's reaching out to Instagram to get the uplifting comments she needs to get, because clearly her mother is not giving her the attention or love that she deserves, right? Maybe that's one of the big issues here, is that it's so scary that unfortunately some of our kids are reaching out to social media to get the fulfillment that they need and the love and the attention they need, because we're not giving them enough attention. So you're right, no child ever deserves it, no matter what they did, okay? To now show your kid that it's okay to do that, and I can't even imagine what she does to the other kids too. Have your daughter film it, have this go live, and just assume that that's okay because your circle of friends, like, they all do it too. And I actually found a bunch of people in my comments who were like, no, it's cool, it's okay to beat your kids once in a while if they deserve it. Listen to me, guys. Again, I'm going to reiterate this to you. If you're one of those people who hit your kids, just stop following me. Like, I don't want you in my circle. Like, I don't need you listening to this, because if you hit your kids, you're the problem. The issue is that hitting your kids is never okay. It just is never okay. Never, ever, ever. Like, I understand sometimes that there's like spankings and things that people do. Like, we can talk about the psychology of all that. I'm going to get Dr. Kirk on to talk about the psychology of abusing or punishing your kids, because it's nuanced. And I don't want to say everything is wrong, but at the same time, I want to make sure that everybody hears me. That if you're looking for parenting advice from me, hitting your kids will never be something I tell you to do. Even spanking, because that happened to me, and it didn't make me a better person. I know so many people that have reached out who are like, I was beat. Never made you a better person. It just made you like want to hide it more. It just made you want to go into hiding and not tell your parents anything. That's it. We're scared of getting caught. And it just makes people it just makes them different. So discipline is important to your children, don't get me wrong. But hitting them with belts and weapons is not okay, never will be okay. And so that's kind of what's happening here, right? We're updating you on what's happening. So what I think is going to happen, I hope this lady reaches back out to me once they figure out what's happened. Here's another problem. Yeah, Stephanie, I moved out when I was 17, so I never looked back. But here's another problem. If nothing goes down, even based on this evidence, we have to figure out how we can reach out to CPS and all these places in these states to start figuring out how we can put pressure on CPS. Thank you, Uncovering. To how we can start putting pressure on CPS, because I firmly believe this. People who work for CPS, they're not the ones who are like, oh, I'm not helping them. They're actually the ones whose hands are tied. And they're the ones who go through all the stress of not being able to help out. They're the ones who go through all the hardships and see everything, and their hands are tied because the government ties their hands, or these laws tie their hands. These things and these shackles that CPS has to go through are antiquated. And the fact that we're still running on antiquated laws from maybe 30, 40 years ago, still to this day, as times have changed as it pertains to social media and everything else, the fact that we're doing that is so scary that we're not addressing that. So it's next step here is to figure out, guys, if we don't lobby my politicians, your politicians, to reform CPS, look, you can talk about defunding the police all day long, okay? And we can have an argument for that. What you need to do is, I don't know if it's defund CPS, but overhaul CPS. Give them the money they need to do that. Give them the lawyers they need, and give them the teeth they need to bite into these people for doing the things that they do to their kids. CPS, as far as I know here, and I'm sorry I'm not reading my comments just because I'm driving. CPS, as far as I know, right? What they the rights of the parents, especially the mother, especially in these types of cases, often outweigh the safety of the child because they don't want to be sued and they have to go through all these things. Look, I'm an adoptive dad, okay? We went through CAS. It's called CAS here. And I can tell you horror stories of CAS. I can tell you things that we went through that they want to keep away from you because they don't want you, I don't know. They're just, some of them are super shady in the way they do things and are by protocol. By protocol, they have to do these things. So I just want to say thank you to you guys for, right? Like, all I did was show the story, and it took a couple people to dig deep. Rebecca is one of those girls on my Discord channel who just busted out. Don't cross Rebecca if you're dating Rebecca, okay? She found so much stuff out. Somebody sent me a little, I forget the name of the sheet of everything where this lady works, what she does, all her records, and everything else. So, like, here's the problem. Here's the thing I'm scared of. If CPS, the police go to this woman's house and she has no previous records, what's CPS going to do? Anybody who works for CPS, who chats with me or in my circle here, I want somebody from CPS to reach out to me. I would love to interview you. And not just to bash you or anything, because I don't think people who work for CPS are wrong. I think the CPS overall hamstrings the people that work for them. And you just have to fall in line, which is why so many people phase in and out of CPS like this. The turnover rate's probably high because you thought you were getting in to help people, and then you get in to help people and you realize you can't because you're tied up by all these stupid laws and all these things that are like in protocols and like all this stuff. Truth of the matter is, CPS, if you have proof of it, like we have here, there should be no gray area. We have the proof here. We're taking these kids out of, and we're reassessing it as we go forward to the courts and everything else. Here's another thing about all day that's really been bugging me. This is a hard one, okay? You guys, okay, this is a hard one. As a child who was beat quite a bit, okay? As a child who was abandoned a lot. I remember at one point my mom was gone for like 3 weeks on a vacation. I was 13. She left a 13-year-old at home by himself for 3 weeks. With like, I had butter noodles for like 3 weeks. But here's the issue. No matter how much my mom mistreated me or abandoned me and did all that crazy stuff, we had drug dealers living in our house and the people she brought around. I was hit by a tenant of ours that a roommate of my mom's, her boyfriend, would hit me. And he wasn't even like, it was crazy. So no matter what happens, and I think a lot of you are going to relate to this, kids being taken out of their mom's care, their mom, that the only thing that they've ever known, okay, that is still traumatizing. Though we see it from the outside being like it's important for them to get out of that home, right? And important for them to get out into a safe place. It's still really traumatizing to these kids. So we have to take the nuance, and that's why I understand why CPS and the courts are like, we got to make sure that everything's done properly. Because even though those kids get beat by their mom, especially like this with a belt, like crazily, like I almost want, I'm not. It's torture, okay? It's literally torture what that mom did to that third daughter. But when you take those kids out, like the Daniel Cohn thing, when you get CPS involved, those kids it feels like they're suffering. But I think we need to start realizing that overall, and the end game is to help them, to get them out of that situation. The end game is to help them. And so, yeah, in the middle of it, it might look like more trauma for these kids, but in the end, they're going to be saved from this abuse. Anybody in this chat probably agrees with me that these kids should be removed and never put back. That mother belongs in prison. Because if you did that to somebody in the public, like let's just say you had a fight, you brought out a belt and just beat somebody, you would go to jail. Why is that okay to hit your kids? Like, I can't go to the mall, spank somebody, I'm going to jail. But we're allowed to do that to our children. Does anybody find the hypocrisy in that? Vulnerable people that we are supposed to be protecting, we're allowed to hit them, okay? There is laws in the US too, in the South, specifically in the South, that you're allowed to use reasonable force with your children. This needs to be completely done with. If you can't do that to anybody else in the world, why are you allowed to do it to your own children? Right? So, I mean, unfortunately, the update here is that I know that the cops are going there and everything else, but I'm also pretty scared that nothing's going to happen through this. That they're going to say, well, it's the first file we're opening, so we're not really worried about it. We're just going to let this go. We're going to make sure she knows we have a file now and all this stuff. And I think the deeper narrative here is policing and CPS and the connections that they have and the hours that they have to do what they need to do. If I was a police officer and I saw this and I was going to their house after watching this, it would be really difficult for me to not be upset when I walked up there, right? So, but I get why people do things. If you break the law, or if you seemingly are doing something that's not proper, then it's just going to end up worse for the kid in the end, right? We're looking at. I got a lot of heat for the Sophie story, for the shade that I threw at the dad, right? And so I kind of stand by it, but at the same time I kind of understand it, and I said that in my video. I totally understand why he didn't do what he did, why he didn't step in and like stop the abuse from happening, right? I get why, and that's indicative of the system, right? The system is that if he were to step in and do something physical, he would have been arrested and then lost custody completely, and that's what the mom was banking on, right? She's using the system against him. There's so much shadiness going on with the I Stand With Sophie story, and I don't think the dad is to blame, so please don't hear me that way, okay? I said, as a father myself in this situation, it would be really difficult for me to allow that to happen behind me while I'm filming. I just couldn't do it. I know that he was probably better not to do anything. Yes, I understand that, but understand me. As a human being, if someone were to be putting hands on my daughter like that, especially the grandmother, and after what she told me, I just can't justify it. Like, I'm just like, I'm going to keep her. Let's go to court. You're going to arrest me? The cop's going to come to my house, and I'm going to say, look, my daughter has told me that this happened. This is why I'm holding on to her. So if you want to take me in, that's fine. But again, I get why. He's got to fight this. So I just wanted to clear up a couple of things and update you on that. The Sophie update, a lot of people are saying a bunch of things, and I don't want to be saying stuff. Wander and I have been talking about this, and someone said that the stepfather or the mom's boyfriend is a cop. I don't think that's true. So I don't want to just say things are not, and that now the mom is trying to take the money that was in the GoFundMe. It's getting gross and shady. When money's involved, this is why GoFundMe's are a little bit shady sometimes. And I did a GoFundMe for H. I'm doing one for myself for my legal fees right now. I get it, but those things can be like, if you get, this guy's got like $100-something thousand in this GoFundMe, and that mom's coming after it, that's kind of what happens, right? We're talking about, like, there's some, like, when money is involved, especially when it comes to exploitation of children, that's the driving factor. That's Daniel Cohn, okay? That's the Stauffer situation. That's family vloggers, like 8 Passengers. Money is involved, everybody. So it's not about, sometimes it's about narcissism, yes, but most of the time it's about money. And so when money's involved, stuff happens. You got to protect that. Money is the root of all evil. We know this, right? It's just money. Money can be a great thing if you're If you can't get your money, you're going to sue people to get it. The Sophie story is not done. Like, check out Sloan's channel about what he's covering there. He needs your views. Go watch what he's doing, okay? I wish I had more time to do more, so I'm sorry I'm not reading all your comments, guys. Any major questions? Have I missed anything? Is it buffering? Sorry. Yeah, my legal, well, I can update you on that. So I did the video. Someone had sent me that video of my church. Okay, good. Okay, GoFundMe is unfrozen. All the funds are going to the dad. Thank God. Let him get a super killer lawyer and let him figure this out, because that would be awesome. Sloan's got a good update. Check out Sloan's video, everybody. If one of my mods can link Sloan's video, please do. As far as mine is concerned, you ever have one of those things where you've done something and then the next day you feel like maybe I shouldn't have done that? Not as a point of like where you think I think I'm justified in the way that I'm speaking about my ex-church, but today I'm just having one of those really uneasy feelings that they're planning something pretty big to shut me up. And if you watch the video, there's no ongoing legal fees. I'm sure there's going to be. This lawyer just won't get back to me. So I'm just trying to get this lawyer to get me in there and talk about this whole stuff. But that was a crazy video I did, and I don't feel bad for doing the video, but I have an uneasy feeling, is what I'm saying. So if for whatever reason, you guys are watching this video right now, right? If for whatever reason those videos disappear, and for whatever reason, I'm saying it now just in case something happens. If those videos disappear, the only reason they're disappearing is because something went down bad. Okay, so just keep an eye on those videos. And I'm saying it now before I just don't know. I'm just trying to protect myself and that stuff. So for whatever reason, if those videos are taken down, just know that it's because something's going down, right? My wife, are you watching? I just finished, so. You know what? I'm glad you guys are watching, but that whole meeting wasn't about me. I think I need to clarify that. So that part that I showed you guys was just one little part that they probably wanted to get over as fast as possible. So the whole meeting wasn't about me. The meeting was about the future of the church, right? So so that was just a part, which is why they kept the meeting closed. Okay. Generally, and I said this before, and I'll say it again, those meetings are supposed to be for everybody. Okay. And they closed off. So. You guys have any questions for me that I might have missed? I might be able to see them and answer them. My mods can take care of, see if anything else. Yes, YouTube Premium does pay me a small portion. No, I'm okay with the church speaking about me without me being in their presence. That's okay, because I do that to them. That's only fair. That was a statement they had to craft. It was half truth and lies, but they kind of half truth, kind of lawyered it, right? Just want to be safe with what they were saying. So. Anybody else have any major questions that are burning in your mind? Once more, I've got a whole line of lawyers I'm looking for. Free advertising. It's not going to happen. I just don't want to. I don't get into YouTube drama. Not on here. It's not me. You guys know that. It's not what I'm here for. People can talk about me all they want, but I'm just not going to get into it because drama channels want me to do that. That's literally their MO. If you give into the drama channel's drama, then that's all these dramas that happen around on YouTube. That's just on purpose, right? So you get into it. I'm not going to do it. So will I become a pastor again? No, I doubt it. Very much so doubt it. Yeah, Comrie. Yeah. Oh, Comrie's story is so scary. I hope he's okay. I hope that her. Hear me? Cool. Anyway, I'm just really scared that the police and CPS are going to go there and not have enough to take them out of the house. And then when they leave, the mom's gonna literally erupt. I'm scared that I will have a part to play in that, and I hope not. I hope that by exposing that, it doesn't put them in more danger. That's one thing I'm scared of as well. Did you guys hear everything I said there about my fear for her? I keep saying her name wrong, and I hate that I'm saying her name wrong. So what I'm scared of is that CPS and police, because so many times before this has happened, that they won't take those girls out, and then when the police leave, that mom's going to do some craziness, and I'm really scared about that, and I hope I don't have a part to play in that. I hope you guys heard me say that. So that's what I'm worried about. I think a lot of people too are worried about CPS getting involved in situations where there's abuse. I still think that if it's happening, you got to report it. If you see it, you got to report it. If you don't say anything, it's just going to get worse or get glossed over. But here's another issue, right? If you want to talk a little bit about politics and COVID, okay, with people saying don't go back to school. Look, kids aren't really getting sick or damaged from this, and I'm a huge advocate for going back to school for this, okay? For this reason, so many kids are at home in these types of situations. I know. I mean, I could probably take a poll right now in this chat. How many people were abused when they were a kid? And I bet you it's be more than half of you. Okay, I'm scared of kids who have to stay home from school because of COVID. They're using the COVID as the excuse to keep them home, whatever, for political reasons. And we all know it's political, guys. Half of it's political because kids aren't getting sick, and it's got a lower rate of death for kids than the flu. So let's just be real about it. But if the kids are forced to stay home from school and don't get that safety at school and be able to talk to their teachers and their friends, I'm so scared that this is going to be a really, really bad year for a lot of kids who don't have an escape like school. So we're not talking about that as it pertains to COVID, and we need to be. Yeah, domestic violence is spiking because of COVID. And for reasons like these people who do that, who perpetuate the violence, are the ones who usually have the short tempers, right? And they're the ones who have these people around them all the time, and they fly off the handle more because they're around them more. We need to talk about kids going back to school to keep them protected. Yeah, guys, I'm in a Tesla. It drives itself. So I'm really scared about this COVID thing, guys. My 5-year-old Weston breaks my heart whenever he's like, I miss my friends at school, and he starts crying. That breaks my heart. There's so much social stuff going on with our kids that they're gonna miss out on. COVID is the least of the worries, to be honest with you. Kids are not dying from COVID. And I had somebody update in the the school police and CPS didn't know. Yeah, you're right. They did not know. Nobody knew. Okay. Yeah, if you guys get a Tesla, make sure you use my code. Side thing. But to back at this thing. So I want to make sure that I think protecting our kids. Kids are carrying COVID. Of course they are. I'm not being ridiculous. I'm not saying they're not carrying it. I'm just saying that they're not dying from it, and they're not getting sick, and they're more asymptomatic than ever before. The science is on the side of opening schools. And there's guys coming out from Stanford and all these scientists coming out in support of kids going back to school even through COVID, that the damage of not letting your kids go back to school is more dangerous than COVID to them. So, I know that some people might hate me on the fact that I'm saying go back to school. And you might hate me the fact that I'm saying that COVID is being politicized and weaponized, and it is. I'm sorry. Look, people who have compromised immune systems need to stay home. Okay, I'll never not say that. That's really important, right? Let's protect the vulnerable, but the kids are not the vulnerable in this situation. COVID is not, as a whole, hurting kids. Okay, and so you got to look at the science. You got to look at the studies and everything that's going on where they're saying COVID is damaging kids beyond the disease itself, that they're not being able to go into the world and be social, and it's just crazy. And again, we're talking about the update on the kids who are being abused at home. COVID is literally causing a massive spike in abuse cases and domestic abuse cases at all. Look, I don't want to offend people by saying, I know, and there's teachers there that are saying I don't want to go. If you guys tell me, if you don't think that COVID is a little bit politicized here, a little bit, then I'm sorry. But I look at things from the middle, right? Not left, not right, right in the middle, okay? And what I'm seeing here is I'm listening to both sides. Yes, kids can bring it home. Again, protect your vulnerable. If you have somebody who's vulnerable at home, do not send your kid to school, right? It's not a hoax either. Don't say that it's a hoax and spread that kind of stuff. It's definitely not. But it is a little bit political. Like, if you guys, I hate that people can, that I say that and people will call me whatever they're going to call me a Trump supporter or whatever it is. It absolutely is political. It's political. And it's because the government and politics will use anything. If it wasn't COVID, they're going to use something else. They have to weaponize it in some way. What is it? What are they saying? That New York and everything hasn't seen a case in a couple of weeks or something like that, or a death or something, and they're still locked down. Let's talk about it, guys. It was never, the idea of shutting down was never to stop COVID. It was to flatten the curve, right? You know what that means, right? You flatten the curve so that it doesn't overwhelm the medical system. This is not going away. And now with more than ever, there's what they're saying, something like 30% of people are anti-vaxxer. So if you can't get that 70% or more vaccinated to create a herd immunity, guys, then you're not going to be able to stop this ever. Are we? What is it? So those people who think that we should be shut down, okay? Until when? Until when? Because a lot of those people who say we should be shut down forever are also not going to be getting a vaccination. When is this going to end? What do we do? At some point, we have to let the human race figure it out, right? That we are this happens, and then we have to let our bodies figure this out. We have to create a herd immunity in the right way. Now they're saying COVID is like a cold. It's not just one strain. They're saying people are getting reinfected. So again, we're coming back to this whole, I don't know why we went off on COVID, sorry. I don't know why, sorry. But I'm just saying, guys, I'm scared for these kids who are staying home because, and politics are telling, COVID is, I know COVID is still a threat. Yes, but not to kids, okay? I'm not saying put people in danger. I'm not saying that, people. I'm saying if you have people in your household that are susceptible, who have compromised immune systems, don't send your kids to the school. I get that. But in my case, I've got 4 kids at home. None of us have compromised immune systems. My kids are going to school. And they're very excited for it. And if we get COVID, we get COVID. Again, it doesn't even have to be survival of the fittest, guys. It just has to be protect the vulnerable population, which we're very good at. We can do that. We can protect the vulnerable population very simply by making sure that they stay locked down. I don't understand the whole idea of locking down the entire world, but I want to hear an answer from somebody. When does this, what do we do? If you're saying lockdown, 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 until when? Until when? Years? Like, people are losing their jobs. People are getting kicked out. I do real estate for a living, everybody. And I've been doing a lot of listings recently. Today is one of them, where they're kicking the people out for not paying rent because they can't afford it. It's happening. The market, everything. This has more to do with just people dying, because people die every day and we don't stop anything. So I get it. Like, if you can stop somebody from dying, I'm on side with you. Hold on, what did I miss? Yeah, fastest vaccine in the world was 4 years. You guys, that's scary. We cannot lock down for 4 years. It's not our computer chips in the back. Not saying it from that perspective. This from a real center perspective of what I'm looking at. You want to know a central perspective in politics, whether or not you lean? I'm that person generally. I look at both sides every single time. Every single time I'm listening to both sides, always. And I'm making an informed decision and basing my opinion on listening to everybody's comments and taking the best of each. So I think the majority of people would agree with me that these kids need to get back to school. And for one reason, like, if I had a woman who called me out and said, look, if we can save one kid from dying from COVID, we should. I understand what you're saying, but if we can save one kid from being beat at home from domestic abuse, I think we should do that too. It's nuanced, everybody. It's nuanced. Conspiracy theories are a part of our life. That's what I think about them. Some of them are super interesting. Some of them are like, really? But yeah, kids need to go to school. So the update on, anybody else, any more updates, Kamari? I know I keep talking about Biden and his base and all that stuff, but I do believe that if Biden is elected, that we will see the effects of COVID go away almost instantly. Because again, if you don't think it's weaponized politically, can someone honestly tell me in this chat right now, 341 people, the most I've ever had in a chat, can somebody tell me honestly in this chat that you don't think that COVID is a little bit weaponized politically? A little bit. Two things can be true: that COVID is dangerous for vulnerable population, and that it's weaponized. I want to make sure that I'm not crazy, and that the gaslighting from mainstream media isn't making me crazy, and that you guys aren't being crazy either. That I support you, no matter what you believe. If you've got a great argument to be had for something, and I also believe that yes, if we can protect people, protect people. But if you're not talking about the protections for all people, and you're only saying one thing because it's political and it's the hot button topic, you're not being fair. You're just not being fair. A lot of people are saying COVID's about control. How? You can make me wear a mask, but I'm still free to do what I please with my mask on. I don't think they're controlling the pot unless you think the conspiracy is that they're making people do things to test this, to say, if we do this, then whatever. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's what you guys think. I just think it's politically motivated to make Trump and Republicans look really bad. And then Trump and the Republicans are politically motivated to make every bad thing that happens during all these protests about Democrats. Again, if you live in the fringes of political ideologies, guys, you're not normal. You're not the majority. You're literally a tiny minority who live in the fringes. More people need to come back to the center and start talking like adults, as far as I'm concerned. And this is one of those conversations we need to have. CPS, protecting our kids. We need to have adult conversations now, and we need to start holding these people accountable and coming to the table and saying, somebody said something about a Netflix documentary I have to watch about some kid that was let down by CPS and was killed. Like that, if that keeps happening and CPS isn't held accountable, what are we going to do, right? Sorry. How many people here in this chat are willing to admit or tell me that whether or not, yes or no, you're going to get the vaccine when it comes out? I will do an update video on Sophie, yes. But if you need an update right now, go check out Sloan's channel. He's doing a really good job at that. Sloan's the dude. I really enjoy that guy. He's a good kid. He's got a lot of passion and heart. He wants to see justice done. He's a really cool dude. Go watch Sloan. Nope. Nobody's going to get this vaccine. Nope. Yes. I think is a lot of the reason that some of you are saying no is because it's rushed. You feel that it's rushed. Somebody watched court live today about Sophie's story. Tell me about it. Far too rushed. See, that's the thing. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm pro-vaccination, but I'm with you on that. I'm with you on the fact that don't rush this thing, right? Because more people could be. Just don't rush. These types of things can't be rushed, and Big Pharma likes to rush these things. We know that, right? So, but I agree with you. Like on some, if you're just saying no, I'm not going to get it because there's going to be a computer chip in there that tracks me. I'm sorry, I can't be with you on that one. You've got a computer chip in your pocket that tracks you 24 hours a day, right? You literally have a phone on you at all times. But I don't think that's just going to be happening. I don't know the end game of tracking people because you can track anybody anytime now anyway. You're going to get it, yeah. Are any of you parents out here? Are any of you not allowing your kids to go to school even though your schools are opening? Sorry, I'm going to move this up a bit. Yeah, I think it's way too soon. Some people are like, well, why don't they just vaccinate the whole state of Florida first, and then we'll see how it goes. Compulsory, yeah. I think in Ontario it's compulsory for your kids to have their vaccinations up to date or you can't go to school. He's on you. Both parents decide placement for Sophie? What does that mean? Yeah, I hear that. Can we also talk about the danger of people who need to go to work and who rely on schools to take care of their kids while they work? Because that's another thing we rarely talk about. How many single moms out there need school so that they can actually pay their bills, right? If you're not going to let kids go to school and you're not going to let people go to work, what do you expect people to do? Do you know how much stress is caused by money woes in families, especially for single moms and single parents? Like that stress then gets compounded and put on kids, and that's why these domestic abuse cases are up. So we have to take into consideration everybody who's struggling from this and who will be hurt from it. So I can't imagine single moms who need to get to work and pay their bills, but the schools are like, no, you can't send your kid here. What are you supposed to do? They agree to where she will be through the trial. Oh, I see. They're going to agree where. So Sophie, the update is that Sophie's parents are saying we're going to agree on where she's going to go. That makes sense to me. Did they say where she's going to go? What about the other children? The cops are heading over there right now, uncovering. Yeah, kids have to be their own teachers, and we can't rely on our kids to be their own teachers. That's crazy. If you allowed me to be my own teacher when I was a kid, I would literally be eating glue. That's straight up it. So many comments. I'm sorry I can't read them all, guys. Shout out to single parents. You're right. You know what? Shout out to you single moms out there stressing about this, and single dads stressing about this situation, about school and all this stuff, and that you have to worry about people judging you for sending your kids to school. You have to worry about people judging you for not sending your kids to school. You know what? Shout out to single moms who have to go through all the shit. Shout out to you. You are the real heroes. Shout out to the single moms who protect their kids, who don't beat their kids with a belt. Single moms need to be like, once a year, the government just needs to throw you a check for 5Gs. Just you. Just you. Single moms, be like, here's your single mom check for being amazing. And then there's a cape inside the envelope. Single dads too. I know we don't talk about dads enough. The Sophie case had me people talking to me about, arguing with me about how the system doesn't favor moms. In Canada, it absolutely favors moms. Like, absolutely. Like, moms get way more rights initially right off the top than anything else. Holy, who's that? Gail. Thank you, Gail. Honestly, how many of you guys know a single dad is super hot? Just saying. They're usually hot. I think that the system, the whole, I know we always talk about, like, overhaul the whole system, but unfortunately, that's kind of the answer, right? Police, CPS, family court. None of this has been overhauled since when, the 70s or earlier? Like, come on, guys. If we're talking about just defunding one aspect of social justice, like police, and you're not talking about defunding CPS and defunding courts and the way that they do things, we need to literally just need to, like, drop a bomb in the whole system and restart it somehow. Unfortunately, you can't, because they're tied up in too many people will fall through the cracks, right? I hate that you have to be elite, wealthy to fight things in court. You guys hear my story about the church, and the fact that I was literally hamstrung into giving up, basically, because I was running out of money. If you have the right lawyers, you can do whatever you want. I think, I'm in a utopian world, in this utopian society. How does that look? You know? How does that look? How do you fix something like that? How do you fix something so systemically crazy? Because, again, money. It all comes back to money, 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 money. Thanks, Mama Lamb. Yeah, that sucks. COVID is shutting everything down. Like, man, Also, I also talk about, I'm talking to you guys from a place where we're in phase 3 of opening. So right now, I go anywhere. Everything's open. You can eat in restaurants now and everything else. And there's not a big giant spike in any cases whatsoever going on here. So I know I'm talking to you from a place where you guys might not be in a state. I know, especially DMAC, you live in a state that's still shut down, right? So there's places where you guys are still shut down and you shouldn't be. I mean, you just need to look at the science. So I know I'm talking. It almost sounds like I'm like talking from like COVID privilege. Yeah, there's nothing. You can go. Any movie theaters are open now. I'm going to see Bill and Ted's eventually. How do I get your cereal to me? Oh, if you go to my about page on my YouTube, you'll see my shipping address. Hey everybody, make sure that if you send me something, you send me your return address so I can send you a bunch of gifts. Also, I don't want crunch berries with the Captain Crunch. I have that here. I just want straight crunch berries, just so you know. And again, if you send me something, please let me know your address so I can also send you something. Oh, sorry, Shelby, I didn't see your super chat. Shelby, you get double shout outs for your super chat. Thank you so much. Maybe I was driving and I missed your super chat. But Shelby G, you say you're from Korea? You're the best. Thank you very much. I don't ever want to not recognize a gift. I really don't. So I want to make sure that if I missed it, thank you for calling me out. But Shelby. Pickle chips. Dill pickle. You don't sell dill pickle in the US? Yes, you do. You have dill pickle chips. Don't lie. DMAC, message me what treats you need me to send you. I will send you. I'm sending you a ton of treats. $100 worth of treats because there's no way you should have sent me that money. Crunch berries. They don't have ketchup chips yet. I'm going to be sending you guys some of that stuff. Okay, good. Dill pickle chips. It's not just pickle chips. That's weird. Like I think you're saying that they make chips out of pickles. Dill pickle chips are potato chips flavored like dill pickle. Well, I'd like to send you some, D-Mac. Oh, I'm driving home, if you're wondering. Want to see? It's a beautiful day here on the 401. What else do I like? What do you mean, what else do I like? Yeah. Oh, Canada. True North strong and free. Yeah, we follow laws and Colorado control. We have our social. Yeah. Wrong side of the road. No. We drive on the right side, literally the right side of the road. Right. It's Patience McKay's birthday, everybody! Yay! Shot you an email about Aaron Williams. Would love your opinion on Aaron Williams. Okay, I'll read it when I get home. Oh, snacks. I love all snacks. I gotta stop eating snacks, guys. Has anybody here ever had gout? I have gout right now. I know that sounds... I was like, I don't have gout, because if you don't know what it is, it sounds like an STI. So gout is like in your foot, right? I think generally in your foot. And I had gout before and it went away after a day. I've had gout for a week. I feel like 100 years old. So I got to stop eating snacks. I'm going to start going, I might do a video series with you guys. Just going to do like, I don't know, eat like DMAC for a little while and then see if anything gets a little bit better. I do not drink. No, never drank in my life. So some people ask, that's the first thing doctors ask, do you drink? Nope. But I do eat red meat. And I do eat junk food a lot. So I'm going to stop. I'm getting back to the gym. Hey, why don't we just do lives from the gym? You guys watch me work out and we'll chat. That'll keep me busy. Any updates in the 12-year-old? Yes, if you can go back to watch this, but yes, the police were sent over there. I think this morning I got a call from a place, and it's being looked into for sure. I've been assured that it's being looked into and that there was nothing on file. So yes, it is being dealt with, I hope. Dad bods for life. For life. Yeah, gout and magnesium intake. Maybe I need to do more magnesium, I guess. I don't know. I don't like gout. I feel it's bad. I can't even put my shoe on without crying. Immediate fasting? Okay, I'm gonna do some fasting. Then I get hangry and nobody likes me. My wife did this juice cleansing thing. Okay, she's all pumped about it. I'm glad that she's doing it because she's getting back into school and just like flushing her system from all the COVID snacks we ate. She regretted it. The she opens the first one and takes a drink and she's like, I immediately regret this because it's not. I don't think she's not. This the juice cleanse isn't like yummy juice. It's like, hey, this is cow poop mixed with leaves and the the grout from the tile under your bathroom, and you have to drink that stuff. She immediately regret it. More carrots and kale. Okay, D-Max says more carrots and kale. I will. I can eat carrots. It's not like I don't like them. I'm just gonna put gravy on them. Yeah, it's true. Look, children are seen as property. Technically, sort of are, right? It's your job to take care of them. Maybe the property's the wrong word, but like, I don't know. Reducing sodium, yeah. I see. It's so easy for me to lose weight. If I want to go lose weight, I can lose lots of weight very fast. I am blessed by that, but sometimes I just don't want to. So just as a thing, don't do cherry. Someone said cherry juice helps with that. So I'm gonna go get some cherry juice right away and just down it. Carbs, yeah, I eat carbs. I'm straight carbs. Responsibility, not property. Agreed, Leanne. Agreed. I can't run right now because gout's killing me. I put pressure. Again, when I put my shoe on, it hurts. Like I'm moving at half pace, and I have to be moving fast. I like to move fast when I do my stuff, so it has to be actual cherries. Okay, I will. Avoid crash diets. Yes, agreed. I used to love doing keto because I love bacon, but it's just not good for you. Real cherry or cherry extract. Okay, real cherry or cherry extract juice. Won't do it. It won't do it. Yeah, when it's healed, I'll be busting my ass. You guys are going to go to the gym with me. We're going to work out every day. I'm going to challenge you guys to work out with me. I'm 40, Colleen. I'm older than the hills. I've got 1 foot in the grave. 1 foot in the grave. 40. Has to be real cherries. Tart cherry. Like when you drink it and you're like, that kind of cherry? Great. Why can't things that help you be good? Keto wrecked me too, man. I got keto flu, and it was the worst thing ever happened to me. And then when I was working out, if you guys want to go check out what I did with that guy named Benga, it's called the Fat Guy Beast Mode Challenge. You can find it on YouTube. I'm sure that one of my mods can find it for you. I worked out for 12 weeks like an elite athlete because I wanted to see what would happen if I worked out bodybuilt for 12 weeks straight. You should have seen what happened to my body. I couldn't stop looking at my own body in the mirror. So go look up the Fat Guy Beast Mode Challenge, everybody, because I'm going to redo it. I'm going to go to the gym every day at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just going to do it. Pineapples. I heard pineapples are good for other things. We're not getting into that. Just a youngin'. Folks, I'm a youngin' at heart for sure. I don't act 40. I act probably 18-ish on a good day. Yeah, we should do a weight loss thing. Anybody who wants to join me in this Fat Guy Beast Mode Challenge, and if you reach your goal, I will send you a hoodie. You watched it, D-Mac? Good. You saw my body afterwards, right? It was insane. I had like striations in my shoulder. I almost had abs. This close to having abs. I want to do it again really badly, but it's just time consuming. But I think I will. I think I will do it. I just don't like leg day. Who likes leg day? Squats. That's a hard question. Back guy beast mode. Everybody do it with me. Honestly, it feels so good when you work out with other people who like. Wouldn't it be cool if we could just chat and I could encourage you and you could encourage me? I think working out with people is one of the most important things you could do. Is you need to go with your bros or your girls or somebody and work out every single day with somebody else that pushes you, because that really goes for it. So I'm thinking about doing it. People are telling me to stop stretching myself so thin, but if I'm going to be at the gym anyway, might as well do it with you. We might as well chat. I just have to make sure I have 400 gigs of data. Not put pressure on affected joints. Yeah, I'll be careful. Good for you, Amber. I've lost almost 100 pounds in my life, and I feel like I'll never go back to being that who I was before, and it's been a game changer for me. Someone in this chat knows what I'm about to say, but I've never in my entire life been hit on. Okay? Never. I was never flirted with because I was always fat and annoying and ugly. And then I lost all this weight, and and because I didn't understand when people were hitting on me, I don't see it. So I thought that was pretty funny. That I don't know. So people are. I have no clue. Pretty sure the real estate agent was hitting on me today. She was old enough to be my aunt. I just don't notice because I never had people. I never experienced that. I can't imagine what it's like to be really good looking in this world, and like having to go through that. Like I can't imagine. Like my sons, Tyson and Tristan, are very good-looking boys, and I can see when girls flirt with them. They don't see it either because they're teenage boys. But like I can't imagine going through your life as beautiful as someone like Wander with intent. Just it's got to be rough for you, Wander. You adopt me. Yeah, you can adopt me, sure, as long as you have Teslas. Yes, D-Mac's right. I am oblivious, and I think some people like say things to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I don't catch it till later. I'm like, wait a second, was that? I know I don't need to get hit on. It's not, yeah, it's true. My wife is beautiful. She does. My wife doesn't hit on me anymore though. I told her the other day, I'm like, why do you tell me I'm hot? And she's like, what? It's so funny. I should have filmed it. And she's on the juicing, so I shouldn't have said anything. First of all, what did I make a video about? I'm reading and driving. Yes, but I'm in the Tesla, so it allows me to read and drive. Oh, and my wife knows how I feel about her. I promise you. There's a meme out there. Some lady asked her grandmother something like, "How do you know you're in a good relationship?" And the grandmother was like, "If you're if you bend over in front of your husband and he doesn't smack your ass for the rest of your life, that's the magic." Just saying. My wife understands what I feel. I'm just not getting there. Chat is almost done. Smacking butts is life. It is life. If you don't smack your wife's bum any moment you get, are you really still married? Yeah, that's true, Colleen. You'd rather be with a with a funny guy than a super hot dude. I get it. How many people in this chat right now are married or in a long-term relationship or a relationship? How many people are not single? Say yes for single, no for not single. I'm gonna take a poll here in a second. I'm almost home. Me what? What is me? Married? Married, yeah, okay. I'm dumb. Okay, I don't know why I asked that, because 14,000 things came across my screen. I don't know. I'm considering doing a couple of shows on, like, I had Dr. Kirk on for some marriage advice and even single advice about, like, that kind of stuff, and some of them aren't out there. We had to kind of remove them, and I'd like to revisit that stuff. I don't know. You guys want to watch stuff from talking about marriage and that type of, like, intimacy stuff from a dad's perspective? Do you think that dads will want to watch that? Because I would love to do a couple of videos for dads who are scared to talk about that kind of stuff, and bring on professionals and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think it'd be really cool, or women in general too. You guys think marriage is going to be a thing of the past soon? That the young upcoming generation is not going to see any value in it? I will keep defending kids who need help. Absolutely. All the day long. It will stay. I think the conservative rhetoric, or the conservative viewpoint right now, is going back to the traditional sense of marriage, regardless whether it's not traditional in the sense of man and woman, but like traditional sense of marriage between two people, meaning like the planning of everything, right? Planned kids, planned events, planned all that stuff, 5-year plans and all stuff. Is that we're missing out on that? People are just kind of jumping into things and not planning anymore. And I think that if you took 1,000 kids who were planned and 1,000 kids who were unplanned, it would be a difference big time in the way that those families are. Not to say good or bad, but I'm just saying planning is one of those things that really helps. Speaking of tying tubes, I'm going to get my tubes tied pretty soon. I'm going to take you guys on a live chat. Who's ready for that? My wife says no, but I'm going to do it. Can you imagine doing a live stream of me getting a, what's it called? Vasectomy? Oh, that's viral. The title, get a vasectomy with me. And I'm going to have 100,000 people in that chat. It's got to find a doctor who will allow me to, I mean, I'm not going to put my junk on TV. I'm just going to say I'll like have it around me and you guys can hear I can walk you through it. The sizzling. The sizzling. My manhood sizzling to oblivion. You know you'd watch it, Heather. Don't lie. Don't even lie. You're there for that chat. Wow, man. MN Mom, that's awesome. 26 years married. Congratulations. It takes a lot of effort and takes a lot of loyalty to do something like that. Good for you. Look up to people like you. Hey, and I want to just shout out to anybody who's supported me in my GoFundMe legal fees so far. Thank you so much. I'm going to call them out by name on the next video. But I want to just say thank you guys because I hate the fact that I had to do that. So I just wanted to say shout out to you and thank you very much. And I'm home. Back into my driveway here. Hold on. That really feels good. And honestly, if I can ever help you guys out in any way, you know I would if I could. Absolutely. 1 second. I'm home. Uh-oh. Comes Bean. What's up, Bean?
Hey, Daddy.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
I'll be in a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, dudes. I'm not sure when I'm going back to Ottawa. All your exes are not alive? Okay. You'll be able to golf the next day? I don't think so. Yeah, it's her birthday. She was definitely a birthday princess. From the moment she woke up, she's like, it's my birthday. And we all knew about it for the rest of the day. She's opening presents all day, got the cake, she got to do what she wanted. She definitely is starting to leverage her stuff. She's leveraged. She's very smart. It's a birthday, everybody, and you're gonna know about it. Sad though that COVID, our kids can't have birthdays. So here's the thing. I'm getting rid of these. This is my last one I'm having. Arnold Palmer's gone. Yes, the GoFundMe is for legal fees about my church stuff. Yes. Sorry, I didn't answer that question. Um, I'm looking for a lawyer, and there's initially you have to pay lawyers what's called what do you call that? You have to give them money. Like you have to give them a little pack of money, and if they don't spend it all, they give it back to you. They'll find ways to spend it, but that's what we're doing. Guys, I gotta cut sugar out. I gotta get rid of this gout. I gotta get back to like getting to the gym and start busting out so I can look ripped. I've had strawberry Arnold. Yeah, retainer. Steve, thank you. Sometimes I'm scare myself with how dumb I am. Everybody's retainer. Drum set, good for you. Yeah, drums are awesome. Good for you, Amber. Birthday week or monthly, possibly. That's true, eh? Water and veggies, I know. So that's the only thing DMAC eats. She seems miserable. I don't get headaches though, DMAC, so that's good, right? I rarely get headaches, ever. Red meat and yeah, anything red. Sucks. I will get healthy. Yeah, I will. Cranberry juice. I actually enjoy cranberry juice, so I can do that. Got sugar in it though. Not detainer, retainer. Well, thank you, MC. I love you guys too. That was a big chat. We had over 300 people in this chat at one point. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I gotta get back to it and maybe do an update video tonight. I gotta do some more work and all that stuff. But you guys are amazing, and I will see you Saturday night for some guitar and some chats. And I will sing you songs because I'm in a good mood, and you guys are really. It feels good to know that people are kind of helping me behind me, and like especially with this girl, the Kamari situation, and my, even the church situation. You guys have my back. I can't tell you how good that feels. I think you guys know that I've got your back if I can help you in anything. Yeah, DMAC, she's right. I am a rock star. You guys check it out, Hearts and Stereo. We're gonna be on the road soon with a band, and you guys are gonna come see me and my band, right? You're gonna come see. Awesome. Bye, everybody.